Okay, what are bonds? Okay, bonds is a debt instrument that provides a periodic stream of interest payments to investors while repaying the principal sum on a specified maturity date. That means a bond is a document. Okay, it's an instrument that you buy from a company, a firm, or the government. Sometimes the government doesn't have enough money. Okay, they don't have enough money. So to collect money, they sell or issue bonds. So the general public can buy the bonds. When you buy the bond, you are guaranteed. You say you buy the bond for 1,000, the government will guarantee that they will return the 1,000 in a few years' time. Say if the life of the bond is 5 years, then in 5 years' time they will return that 1,000 to you. Okay, so a bond is like you are lending the money to the government for them to use, and in return they will return the money back to you. The whole principal that you used to buy the bond, they will return that to you, and they will also give you some extra interest money lah. So that is a bond. Okay, what is bond price? The most common type of bond is the straight bond. Okay, by definition a straight bond is an IOU. Okay, that obligates the issuer. The issuer is the person selling the bond, the government or the company or the firm. That is the issuer. Okay, to pay to the bondholder. The bondholder is when you buy a bond, you become the bondholder. Okay, a straight bond is an IOU that obligates the issuer to pay to the bondholder a fixed sum of money at the bond's maturity, along with constant periodic interest payments during the life of the bond. Okay, life of the bond means the bond can be for 2 years, can be for 10 years, can be for 20 years. Okay, that is the life of the bond. At the end of the life of the bond, you have to you will get back your principal. Okay, that means if the bond is for 5 years, then the bond will reach maturity at the end of 5 years. So at the end of the 5 years, you can take back your principal, the amount of money that you bought the bond for. Okay, when you buy the bond, you are known as the bond holder. The person who sells you the bond is the issuer. Okay, so the reason the government or companies sell bond is so that they can get some money, because sometimes they need money to invest in projects and so on. But if they don't have enough money, then they come out with bonds. They sell it to the general public. So you as the general public, it is up to you if you want to buy or you don't buy. Bonds are generally safe, unlike stock. Okay, so because whatever money you put in, you will get it back. So that's why people don't mind buying bonds. Okay, the fixed sum paid at maturity. Okay, at maturity you get a fixed sum. This is already decided in the beginning. Okay, whatever the value of the bond, you will get the same sum at maturity. Okay, and this is known as the bond principal or par value or face value. All these terms, these three terms, they mean the same thing. Normally, we use the term par value or face value. Par value is the value of the bond that you get during maturity. Okay. So the periodic interest payments are called coupons. Okay. Coupons. The periodic interest payments are called coupons. So if a bond has coupons, that means not only will you get your principal at the end of maturity, but you will also get interest every year. The interest every year is known, the interest amount every year is known as coupons. You imagine it to be like a coupon. They give you a coupon and they tell you every year you can redeem it. Okay. Say if you buy a bond for 1,000, you get 10% coupon. So every year you can redeem 10% of 1,000 is 100. So every year you get 100 ringgit. You can redeem that coupon for 100 ringgit. Okay. So the coupons are the interest payment, the amount of the interest payment in terms of ringgit or dollars and so on. Okay. So the price of a bond depends on several characteristics. It depends on whether there is coupon or not. No coupon. A bond can have coupons and can not have coupons. Okay. It depends on the principle of par value. It depends on the yield to maturity and the period to maturity. How many years? Okay. Okay, bond price. We are going to look at bond price in terms of a few different characteristics, okay? So the first thing that we're going to look at is coupons, how coupons affect bond price, okay? A bond may or may not come with attached coupons. A coupon is stated as a nominal percentage of the par value of the bond. This is the interest, Each coupon is redeemable per period for that percentage. If the bond is in years, then every year you can redeem one coupon, okay, for the percentage that they have said. For example, a 10% coupon on a 1,000 ringgit par bond is redeemable each year. If you get a 10% coupon on the par bond, this is the actual value of the bond, okay? So if you calculate 10% of 1,000 is 100, okay? That means every period, whether it's every year or semi-annually, you get 100 ringgit until the maturity date of the bond. At the maturity date, you will get back this money that you put in, okay? A bond may also come with no coupons. In this case, the bond is known as zero coupon bond. Okay, if no coupons also can. Zero coupon bonds are typically priced lower than bonds with coupons. That means if you buy a zero coupon bond, that means you at maturity you get back the par value of the bond, but you don't get any interest in between, no interest in between. So because you only get back what you put, okay? So if the bond is 1,000 and you buy for 1,000, after 5 years you get back 1,000, what's the purpose of buying, right? So that is why this kind of bonds, they usually give you a discount, okay? If the bond is worth 1,000, they let you buy for 900. So you already gain 100 there, okay? So zero coupon bonds are typically priced lower than bonds with coupons, okay? A bond's coupon is the ringgit value of the periodic interest payment. When you say coupon, it is in terms of ringgit or dollars, okay? A bond's coupon is the ringgit value of the periodic interest payment promised to bondholders. This equals the coupon rate times the face value of the bond. For example, if a bond issuer promises to pay an annual coupon rate of 5% to bondholders and the face value of the bond is 1,000, that means the bondholders are promised a coupon payment of 0.05 times 1,000 is 50 ringgit per year. Okay, coupon in other words is interest payment. So when you say coupon rate, the answer is in percentage. When we say coupon, the answer is in ringgit. Okay. So if the coupon rate is 5% and your bond is 1,000, so your coupon payment is 50 ringgit per year. That means you will get 50 ringgit. The company or the issuer of the bond will pay you 50 ringgit every year until the bond reaches a maturity date. When the bond reaches a maturity date, you get back your principal amount. If the bond is 1,000, then you get back 1,000. Okay. So a bond's coupon rate is defined as its annual coupon amount divided by its par value. This is how we calculate the coupon rate. Okay. For example, suppose a 1,000 ringgit par value bond pays semi-annual coupons of 40 ringgit. Semi-annual means 2 times a year. You will get paid 40 ringgit 2 times a year. That means the annual coupon is 80 ringgit. 40 times 2 is 80, okay? And stated as a percentage of par value. So the coupon rate is 80 ringgit per year. This is the annual coupon amount divided by the par value is the value of the bond, 1000. So this is 8%. Okay. So from here we can calculate the rate of the coupon. Okay. So a coupon rate is often referred to as the coupon yield or the nominal yield. These are other names for coupon rate. Okay. A bond's current yield is its annual coupon payment divided by its current market price. Okay. Okay. A bond, say a bond is worth 1000 ringgit, but it is not necessary that you can buy it for 1000 ringgit. Sometimes if the bond is worth 1000 ringgit, we can buy it at the same price. Okay. But sometimes we can buy it at a cheaper rate, price, or sometimes we have to buy it at a more expensive, higher price. This is determined by the current market price. Okay. So therefore, the current yield or the current interest that you can get, okay, is the annual coupon amount divided by the market price. Okay. For example, supposing a 1000 ringgit par value bond paying 80 ringgit annual coupon has a price of this. That means the bond is only worth 1000, but it's selling at this price. Okay, it's selling at higher than that. Okay, so that means your current yield is 80 ringgit over the market price. It is 7.75. So although the bond, earlier we saw it was at 8%, now you're paying less. Okay, because your price of the bond has gone up. Because the price of the bond has gone up, although the coupon is still the same, it is 80% per year. You still get 80% per year, but the interest now you are getting lower. Okay, because you have paid more for the bond. Okay. Similarly, if the bond price is lower than 1000. Okay, if this is the bond price is lower, you still get 80 ringgit per year. Okay, but now your interest has gone up because you have paid less for the bond. You paid less for the bond, so your interest now is higher. Okay, that 80 ringgit is equivalent to 8.25% now. Okay, so notice that whenever there's a change in the bond's price, the coupon rate always remains constant. If it's 80 ringgit, you get 80 ringgit throughout the years of the bond's life. Okay, that doesn't change. However, a bond's current yield is inversely related to its price. Okay, when the price is higher than the bond, the current yield goes down. When the price is lower than the bond par value, the current yield goes up. Okay, so far okay? Do you understand that?
Madam.
Can understand? Any questions? Any questions, anyone? Okay. What is the par value of a bond? Anyone?
The payment that we get at the end of the maturity.
Yes, very good. What do you call the person who sells the bond? What do you call the person who sells the bond? Or who's giving out the bonds? The bond?
Bondholder.
Bond issuer. If they sell the bond, they are issuing the bond. The bond is coming from them. Bondholder is when you buy the bond. So you buy the bond and you keep the bond, right? The bond is like a document. It's like an IOU document. Okay. So you buy the bond and you must keep the bond carefully. So you are the bond holder. The person who buys it is the bond holder. So what is the purpose of bonds? Is to generate capital for the company or for the government. Okay, if whenever the government is in a situation where they don't have money, and they need some money, people to give them some money, they cannot just take your money, right? So they give you a bond, they sell a bond. So you buy the bond and they tell you, okay, you keep this bond for 5 years. At the end of 5 years, you give back the bond to me, I give you back your money. It's like that. Okay, but in the meantime, they give you some interest also lah. So that's the function of a bond, purpose of a bond. Okay. Okay, now we look at the principle of par value or face value a little bit more in detail. Okay. So the face value, also known as the par value of a bond, is the price at which the bond is sold to investors. Okay. It's the price at which the bond is sold to investors when first issued. Okay. Because the bond price can change according to market values. But the first time the bond is issued, that price is known as the par value. It is also the price at which the bond is redeemed at maturity. So if the bond, for example, if the par value of, say, company ABC, they are issuing a bond for the first time and the bond is worth 100,000 ringgit. Okay. After some time, the value of the bond can change because of market price, okay, because of the change in market price. But okay, but what you get at the end of maturity is still that 1,000. Even if you bought the price, the bond for 1,500, but at maturity you get 1,000. Even if you bought the bond for 850, at maturity you will get 1,000. Okay, so at maturity you will get the par value of the bond. So the par value is the price of the bond when it's first issued. Each bond must come with a par value that is repaid at maturity. Okay. Okay. A zero coupon bond pays no coupons. Okay. A zero coupon bond pays no coupons. That means you don't get any payment while waiting for the maturity date, but it will guarantee the principal at maturity. Okay. Say the bond that you buy is 1,000 and it's for 5 years. Okay, it is zero coupon bond. That means there's no interest payment in between. You buy the bond for 1,000. At the end of maturity, they guarantee you get your 1,000. But what's the point, right? If you put the money in the bank, you get some interest. So what's the point of buying the bond for 1,000? After 5 years, you still get back 1,000. Okay, so because of that, okay, purchasers of zero coupon bonds earn interest by the bond being sold at a discount to its par value. Okay, they sell it cheaper than the par value, so that it's worth buying for you lah. Okay, so maybe the bond is worth 1,000, they sell it to you for 700 only. You buy for 700, and the end of 5 years you get back 1,000. What you get back at maturity is always the par value of the bond. Doesn't matter what price you buy it for. Okay. Okay. I don't know about our country, but in US, the face value is usually 1,000 or a multiple of 1,000, which means each bond is only maximum value is $1,000. Okay. Okay, a coupon bearing bond pays coupons each period and a coupon plus principal at maturity. That means if you take a bond, you buy a bond which has a life of 3 years, okay? And say you buy a bond for 1,000, okay? And the interest coupon rate is 10%. Coupon rate is 10% means you get 100 every year. You buy the bond for 3 years, okay? So first year you will get 1 coupon, okay, which is 100 ringgit. Second year you will get another coupon, which is 100 ringgit. Third year you will get 1 coupon, which is 100 ringgit, plus your 1,000. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, the price of the bond comprises all these payments discounted at the yield to maturity. Okay, So how do you know what is the price of the bond? It is all these payments discounted to the yield to maturity. That means if you have, like this, say you have 1, 2, and 3 years, okay? So this one you have to discount here, discount everything here. This is your price of the, when you find the present amount, okay? This is the price of the bond that you will pay. Okay, yield to maturity, yeah? YTM, okay? Bonds are priced to yield a certain return to investors. That means when you buy something or you invest money, at the end, when you get your money, you want to calculate how much you actually got in return, okay? The percentage is the interest, or we call that rate of return, okay? So you buy something, 1,000, you invest 1,000 in something today. After a few years, you get back 3,000. So you want to know how much is the rate of return, the interest rate that you got back, okay? That is the rate of return. That is also known as the yield. Bonds are priced to yield a certain return to the investors. Return means what you get back, the interest rate that you get back, okay? A bond that sells at a premium. Premium means where the price is above par value. If your bond that is issued is 1,000, you buy at 1,200, that means you're buying at a premium. Okay, if you buy it at 900, that means you are buying it at a discount. Okay, so a bond that sells at a premium will have a yield to maturity that is lower than the coupon rate. Okay, if you pay a higher price, you have a yield to maturity that is lower than the coupon rate. If you pay a lower price for your bond, you will have a higher yield to maturity than the coupon rate. Okay, so the relationship between the price that you pay for your bond and the yield to maturity is opposite, inverse. Okay. This is because the bondholder will receive coupon payments that are higher than the market interest rate and will therefore pay a premium for the difference. Okay, the single most important yield measure for a bond is its yield to maturity. This is a very important measure. Okay, we call it YTM. A bond's YTM is the discount rate that equates the bond's price with the computed present value of its future cash flows. Okay, it is the discount rate. YTM is in percentage. It is the discount rate that where the bond's price is the same as all the present value of all the future cash flows. Okay, we will see the calculation later. Okay, periods to maturity. Okay, a bond's maturity is the length of time until the principal is scheduled to be repaid. Bonds will have a number of periods to maturity. These are typically annual periods. Okay, usually it's yearly. Sometimes it can be semi-annually or quarterly. Okay, the number of periods will equal the number of coupon payments. Okay, okay, the time value of money. We have already seen what is time value of money many times. Time value of money means that the money today, the money today is much higher than what it will be in the future. Okay, that is the time value of money. Bonds are priced based on the time value of money. Each payment is discounted. Okay, this is your bond price. Okay, this is your bond price. Each payment is discounted to the current time based on the yield to maturity. Okay, this is the yield to maturity or the discount rate. Okay, so this price here, it depends on all of this. Okay, we are finding the present value for all the cash flows. Okay, this, if you look at this formula clearly, all these formulas, these are present value formulas. When you have your compound interest formula, okay, if you want to find P, then it's S over 1 plus R to the power of N. Okay, these are all present value formulas. So all these are the cash flows. Okay, all these are the cash flows, inflows. So when you add all this together and you discount it to the present time, that is the price of your bond. Okay. So PTO is the price at time 0. PMTN is the coupon payment at time N. This is coupon payment year 1, coupon payment year 2, coupon payment at year N. So you know that the coupon payments are all the same. FV is the future value. Okay, so this formula, it can be like this, or in the end here you can even write it separately like this. Okay, over 1 plus R plus FV over 1 plus Rn. Okay, this is what you get in the final year together, one coupon payment plus the principal. Okay. Okay. A bond with a higher coupon rate is usually higher price. Okay. A bond with a higher par value will be priced higher. A bond with higher number of periods to maturity will be more expensive, will be higher. A bond with a higher yield to maturity will be priced lower. Yield to maturity and the price is always opposite, only that. Okay. Okay, how do we calculate the bond value? Okay, a bond's par value is what the bond says it's worth. The market price is what you actually pay for it. Sometimes they are the same. Sometimes what you pay for the bond is the same as the bond's par value, especially when you buy as soon as the bond comes out. Okay, as soon as the company issues the bond, when you buy it, usually you pay the same amount. Okay, but after some time, the price of the bond will change because of the fluctuations in the market price. Okay, sometimes they are the same. Okay, but in most cases they are not, because market prices fluctuate. These fluctuations ensure that bondholders receive a return competitive with that offered by other investments. Okay. Every bond has a par value, also called a face value. Okay, that's how much money the bond issuer pays to the bondholder when the bond matures. If you're holding a 1,000 ringgit bond from XYZ firm that matures 5 years from today, then in 5 years you will get a check from XYZ for 1,000 ringgit. Okay, it doesn't matter how much you paid for the bond. It doesn't matter. In 5 years, you will get 1,000 ringgit. Okay, that is the bond's par value. Okay, if this bond has coupons, then you will get a certain amount every year until maturity. If the bond doesn't have coupons, then you won't get any interest payment. Many conservative investors prefer buying bonds. Okay, because of their par value. Okay, some people, they want to invest, but they're scared to put their money in stocks, because stocks, the risk can be very high. Okay, so these are called conservative investors. They're very careful with their investments. Okay, so they prefer to buy bonds because of their par value, because you get back the money that the bond is worth. Okay, you get back the par value. No matter what happens, you are guaranteed to get that. Okay, especially if you buy from the government. But if you buy from some other company, then you must be a bit careful, okay, because you may not get it back. Regardless of the fluctuations in interest yields, investors know they will receive their original investment back at the bond's maturity, its par value. Okay. Okay. A bond's market price is how much you would have to pay to buy that bond on the open market. Okay. A newcomer to the bond market, if you're buying bonds for the first time, you might think that 1,000 bond would sell for 1,000. In some cases, yes, but most of the time, bonds usually sell for something other than par value. Okay, that's because a bond's price rises and falls along with interest rates, according to market values. Okay, okay. Bondholders typically receive interest payments. That's their reward for lending the money to the bond issuer. Okay, the amount of those payments is determined by the coupon's interest rate. Okay, also called the stated rate. A 1,000 ringgit bond with a coupon rate of 5% pays annual interest of 5% of the par value, which is 50 ringgit. Okay, this coupon rate doesn't ever change as long as you own the bond. Okay, the coupon rate will not change. You will get 50 ringgit a year in interest, no matter what happens to the market value. Okay, the coupon rate never changes. Once they fix it, it's fixed. Okay, so if you had paid 1,000 for the bond par value, you'll be getting 5% annual return on your money. Okay? But say you actually paid only 950 ringgit for the bond. Okay, the par value of the bond is 1,000, but you only paid 950 ringgit. That means you bought it for 950 ringgit, which means you bought it at a discount. Okay, then the 50 ringgit, you still get 50 ringgit every year. Okay, but that 50 ringgit would represent 5.26% annual return. You understand? The coupon rate doesn't change. Okay, you still get the same coupon amount every year. Okay, but it represents a different interest rate now, because now your calculation is different. Okay, if you paid 1,000 for 1,100 for the bond, if you paid more for the bond, okay, you still get 50 ringgit every year, but now the interest, your annual return is 4.55, is less than the 5%. If you paid less money than the price of the bond, the annual return is more. If you paid more money, your annual return is less. So your actual rate of return is called the yield rate, and it's based not on the par value but on what you paid for the bond. Okay? So why prices change? The market prices of bonds rise and fall to keep their yields competitive with similar investment. Okay, if similar investments offered a 5.5% annual return, no one would pay par value for a bond offering 5% because they're getting less money each year. Okay, so by cutting the price of the 5% bond, the seller can raise the bond's effective yield to make it competitive. Okay, by cutting the price, they can raise the interest rate. Okay. Okay. Bonds selling, this you have to know. Okay, when a bond sells for less than par value, the bonds are said to be sold at a discount. Okay, bonds selling for more than par are sold at a premium. When you buy a bond at premium value, it means you are paying more than the par value. If you buy a bond at discount, it means you're paying less than the par value. But at the end of maturity, you still get the par value. Okay? And some advantages and disadvantages of bonds. Advantages are you receive income through interest payments, you hold the bond to maturity, and then you get your money back. Whatever you put in, you get back. Profit, if you sell the bond at a higher price, then you make more profit. Disadvantages are bonds pay out lower returns than stock. When you compare bonds and stocks, if you invest properly, you get more money faster. Companies can default on your bonds. That means if you buy the bond from the government does never default on the bond. That means you buy from the government, they will pay you back the money no matter what. Okay, but some companies that you buy, maybe the company have losses or what, and then they can't pay you back the money. Okay, so that is the small risk here. Some companies can default on the bonds. That's why if you want to buy a bond, it's safe to buy from the government. Bond yields can fail. Okay, so these are some of the advantages and disadvantages. So now we're going to come to the calculation part. Okay, how to calculate bond price. Bond price is the present discounted value of future cash stream generated by a bond. It refers to the sum of the, I'm telling you this again, it refers to the sum of the present values of all likely coupon payments plus the present value of the par value at maturity. Okay, so you're just going to discount the future cash values. Calculating the value of a bond is a three-step process. Okay, You can either do it in 3 steps or you can do it in 1 step, okay? Bonds have 2 income pieces. One is the interest payments that the investor receives. The other is the principal repayment of the investment. So you get back your principal, you also get the interest. So you have 2 different incomes from the bond. Okay, so what a bond is worth today is the combined present value of both of these income pieces. Okay, so we begin by calculating the interest payments. Okay, I'm going to go to example 2 first. Okay, say we have this example. Okay, the Rocky Firm bonds pay interest once a year, only once a year, annually. Their face value, in other words, par value, is 1,000. Their coupon rate is 10%. That means you get an interest payment of 100. 10% times 1,000 is 100 ringgit. That means every year you will get 100 ringgit. At the end of maturity, you get 1,000. Okay. Now we calculate the present values for the expected interest payments at 12% discount rate for 5 years. So they're telling you that 12% is the discount rate for 5 years. 5 years is the life of the bond. Here we calculate the present value of the principal repayment. Okay, so how are we going to calculate this? Okay, so we are going to use this formula. Okay, a bond's present value is determined by the formula. Okay, this is the formula. This is present value for first year coupon interest, present value for second year coupon interest, and if we have 5 years, then we have to do this until 4th year, and then the last one will be for the coupon for the 5th year plus the principal. Okay, or there's another formula that we can use. Okay, since if we calculated that the interest amount is 100. Okay, that means every year you get 100 ringgit, which means this one is 100 ringgit, this is 100 ringgit, then we have another 100 ringgit. 3rd year, 4th year is another 100 ringgit, and 5th year is another 100 ringgit plus the final one. So if this is 100 ringgit over 1 plus R1, what formula can we use to calculate this? What formula? What other formula other than this way? This is constant, right? Every year is the same. Okay. So what formula is this actually? What formula that you have constant payments? Class?
Annuity.
Yes, annuity, right? So when you look at this, you think of annuity. Okay, so because this calculation, you can use this formula and you can do, but sometimes they ask you for 10 years, what is the bond price if the maturity, if it matures in 10 years. So if it's 10 years, then the calculation is going to be very long. Okay, so it's a bit tedious to do. So instead of using this formula, we can also use the annuity formula. Okay, so bond price. Okay, bond price is, we are using this. This is the present value for annuity formula, isn't it? Present value for annuity formula. C here is the coupon price, which is 100 ringgit just now, coupon price. Okay, plus this is for the present value for the principal amount. Okay, so this is the formula that we can use to calculate bond price. B is the present value or the bond price. C is the coupon amount. N is the number of annual payments received. P is the face amount of the bond or the par value of the bond. R is the yield to maturity or the required interest rate. Okay. So step 1, to calculate the present value for interest payments, if we use the first formula, okay, so we put in, this is for year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Okay, here we are calculating separately. We are calculating the present value for all the interest first. So there are 5 interest payments. Put them into the formula. We know that our yield to maturity or discount value is 12%, which is 0.12. N is 5. So we calculate for each year separately and we total up and we get this amount. Okay. After this, we need to calculate the present value for par value or the face value. So the face value is 1,000. Okay. We want to discount it to today. Today, how much is it? So we find the present value, it is worth this amount, 567.43. Now we add that to, so this is the bond price. This is what you need to pay for a bond which is worth 1,000 ringgit. Okay. Or the other way of doing it is, we can use the annuity concept, use the annuity formula. This is the second formula to find the bond price. Put in all our values inside here and straight away we get our answer. Okay. So of course, the second formula is much shorter and easier to do, especially if it's over a large number of years. Okay. Both ways is correct. Okay. Okay, so that's the bond price. Do you understand how to do this? Do you understand what it means, finding the bond price?
Not really, madam. Maybe after we do some exercise, we can understand more.
So now you don't understand.
Generally, it's
Yes,
about
madam.
present value, right, madam?
Yes, it is present value. Okay, so if you have a bond price, they're asking you what is the bond price you must pay. You must know, first you must know the number of periods. Is it annually, semi-annually? Okay, say it is annually. You must know how many years. If it's 5 years, which means you must calculate the cash flow for 5 years. You must discount it to the present value. Okay, if it's 5 years like this. Okay, so you must calculate for 5 years. This is what you are going to get in year 1, the interest. Year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. Okay, but year 5, you not only will get 1,000, you will also get back your 1,000 ringgit. So you can straight away do it. Actually, you can straight away do like this. Okay, and you get your straight away, you get your answer 92790. Straight away you get 92790. You don't have to do all the other steps also can. Okay, this is for year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. You will get coupon and the principal value. So why are we using this formula? Because we are discounting to the present value. Okay, this is what we're going to get in the future. So we want to know how much is it now. Okay, if you look at this formula, it's straight away you know that this is a present value formula for compound interest. Okay, this is, we are using this formula here. Okay, so that is the bond price. Okay, so instead of using this formula where you have to do one by one, you do it one shot using annuity formula. Use this formula. Okay, so this is annuity formula. This is for all the coupons and this is for the principal of par value. Okay. Okay, one more example. ABC firm is offering 2 bonds at a 10% coupon rate. What does that mean? What is the 10% coupon rate? What does that mean, coupon rate? Coupon rate is in what unit?
Interest
Yes,
percent.
percent, yes. Coupon is in what unit? Coupon and coupon rate is different. Coupon is in dollars or ringgit. Coupon rate is in percentage. Okay. So coupon 10% coupon rate is the interest. Okay. Paid annually every year. The bond sells at par 1,000. That means the worth of the bond is 1,000 ringgit. First bond matures in 4 years. So the first bond, the life of the bond is 4 years. Second bond, life is 10 years. They're asking you what are the YTMs on each bond. What's your answer? What's your answer for question 1? How much are you buying the bond for?
1,000.
Yes. So the bond is worth 1,000. You are buying for 1,000. So what are the YTMs on each bond? YTMs are the yield to maturity. It's in the term. Actually it's the rate of interest rate of return. Interest. You're
So
buying for
10%.
how much?
10%.
Yes, correct. Why 10%?
Equal to coupon.
Because the 10% coupon rate.
Because you're buying at the same price, right? So you're buying at the same price. So your rate of return is the same as the interest rates there. Okay, as the coupon rate is the same. Okay. Okay, because the bonds currently sell at par, the coupon rate and the YTM must be equal at 10%. Okay, if bonds are purchased at par value, the rate of return on the investments will be the same as the rate of interest on the bonds. Okay, only if you purchase it higher or lower, the rate of interest, the rate of return will change. Okay, if you purchase at the same price, which seldom happens, your rate of return is the same as the coupon rate. Okay. Okay. Next, if the YTM changes to 9%, okay, if the YTM changes to 9%, so earlier it was 10%, okay, we know that earlier it is 10%, okay, it is the same as the coupon rate. Now it changes to 9%. So does the price of the bond go up or go down? Now you're only getting back 9% rate of interest, rate of a return. So did you pay a higher price or did you pay a lower price?
Higher.
Why do you say higher?
Wait. Lower annual return, so we pay more.
Yes, because your interest has gone down. Remember I told you just now the YTM and the price is opposite. So now your YTM has gone down. So your price has to go up. Okay. Okay, let's check this through calculation. Okay. Okay, let's do the second part. If the YTM drops to 9%, that means your R is 9% now. Okay, your R is 9%, which is 0.09. Okay, both bonds will sell at a premium. Okay, let's do that again later. Okay, 4-year maturity. Okay, first bond is for 4 years. Okay, so you get 10, the coupon rate does not change. So the coupon rate is 10% of the 1,000, which is 100 ringgit. Okay, so coupon rate is 10%. Okay, so 10% of 1,000 ringgit is 100, which means every year you will get 100. So the price of the bond is 100 over 1 plus 0.09. Okay, earlier it was 10, now it's changed to 9. This is for the second year, third year, okay, and this is for the fourth year. For fourth year, you have the coupon amount and your principal value. Okay, you add all this together, you got 1,032.40. That means your bond price for a 4-year maturity is this. This is more than 1,000. That means you are paying more. Why you're paying more? Because the YTM has come down. Okay, so you're paying more. For 10-year maturity, this is what I mean. Okay, you have to do for 10 years. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, 6 years, 7 years, 8, 9. In the last year, you plus with the principal value. Okay, and then you calculate all this and you get your answer 1,064. Which is more, 4 years or 10 years? 4 years, you pay 1,032 and something, and this is 1,064. So for 10 years, the price is more. Okay, or if you use the second formula, substitute everything, get your answer much quicker, easier.